Yo!
Oh, no. No.
What's wrong, babe?
This thing turned off.
Oh.
Did you change again?
I did. I changed.
It's a third outfit change in less than 10 minutes.
Listen, I'm a woman. Don't judge me.
What are you playing with, buddy?
This so I'm so glad that you asked me while I set you up to ask me about my original Thundercats Lionel doll.
I'm kind of in love with him. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I got all.
Like
Welcome,
all the
Baker Mayfield, to the
Thundercats?
show.
No, we got two. We got Tiger though. These were my birthday gift.
Do you have Mumra?
No, I do have two of his henchmen, and then I've got to hunt down the weapons. This is what's great about this. They didn't come with weapons, so now I get the fun part of hunting eBay.
Okay, what's the
For the
password to
weapons.
this computer?
1985.
Who only buys the good guys? Like you have to have villains.
Yeah, but have you gone on eBay and looked at how much the original Thundercats figures are?
No.
This one with all of its pieces is $200.
Did you buy that for $200?
No, Mayfly bought these in a set of 4 with no weapons. I'm just shocked that she found them for I have no idea how much, but it was probably too much. It was probably too much.
I mean, I have all the original like He-Man action figures. You think they're worth a ton of money? What do you keep showing me the bobblehead for? Who's
What do
the
you think I
bobblehead?
have reproductions back here?
I'm just Baker Mayfield over here, winning games, just winning
Let's go.
games.
So if I sent you like an original He-Man action figure, would you just like get all like hot and bothered?
Yeah, I would find
Yeah,
it'd
he
be
would.
back here on a shelf all by itself.
Do you not see that He-Man? That He-Man that's right behind his head is actually from an episode. It's an illustrated. It's an authenticated, illustrated
I don't
Cell.
think that's how you say that.
drawing from
It's a photo
the show.
cell, basically.
It's
Yeah.
Authenticated.
Whatever.
Authenticated.
Yeah, if you're a giant nerd in Vegas, there's a very famous
It's called the Toy Shack.
Toy Shack, and it's been featured on the Pawn Stars show several times. It is like the quintessential nerd store
Mhm.
for like pop culture, and
Yes.
the guy that owns it is like a genius.
Well, I was in.
It's on Fremont Street, just in case anybody wants to know.
I was infatuated with action figures when I was a kid. So He-Man's, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to build out my studio with the rest of my collection. But look in the mail for an original Adam He-Man action figure with the white.
I would
I see your
poop myself.
your-
That's what would happen.
I see your Elmo back there and your Thor.
You know, all kinds of stuff going on in here.
Yeah.
He's Thor.
This is like if the
Thor.
like late 80s, early 90s, like toy scene
Yeah.
vomited into a room. This is what it would look like.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you something about that?
Sure.
So the name Retro Guy,
Okay.
apparently it annoys some people that I don't carry it as far as like only listening to and watching like old stuff. Like someone was in the live the other day, very offended. They were like, "You're not playing retro music," and I was like, "They're like, why do they call you the Retro Guy?" I was like, "Are you looking at it?"
So I mean, so their version of retro is like a 1957 Chevy listening to Help Me Rondo on the radio.
Yeah, I can't listen to anything past night. The guy in the live said nothing past 1980 is what you're not allowed to listen to anything past 1980.
Well,
I was
that's
like,
not. See, now to me, like growing up, like we grew up in the 80s and 90s. So retro to me is like the 50s
right.
and 60s.
But the 80s was 40 years ago.
Stop it.
That's what I'm saying. But like the guy was like nothing past 1980, and I was like,
Whoa. Don't be calling
Easy,
the
man,
80s
like,
that way.
Listen, some of the best music I think came out in the 90s.
I agree. I'm with you on it. The guy was very adamant that I was not being true to being the retro guy.
But that
like,
used
was-
to be your spiel.
I used to only play vintage like old music, and
And like he had 8 listeners.
it
Well,
wasn't
listen,
good.
just like the amoeba, everything has to evolve.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, you know, you grew a little bit and then retro just became like, you know, the ambiance of your decor.
Yeah.
And
Not
now you're
hurting
just the
anybody.
retro guy. I actually didn't even know why you were called the retro guy. I thought it was just like something at TikTok, like just like, here's your auto generated name. And then you just went with it.
Oh no,
No.
he made that up himself, honey.
Like 6 years ago.
I'm just messing with you.
I think it started with the divorce and the like going through my midlife crisis and collecting laser discs and records again. And
Well, this sounds like a fun conversation to
Yeah,
walk
no, we don't
down
have
the
to talk
street
about it.
with.
We definitely don't have to talk about it. You ready to start the show?
Sure.
I'm ready to start the show. Up first, Brits bombs,
Wow.
babe. What are we
Way to
doing?
throw a picture in there like
That
that.
was
okay.
that
Do you want to see
was
it
a little
again?
bit of a
No,
bombshell.
no,
I kind of,
do not need to
as
see
weird
that
as this is making me
again.
feel, I kind of want to see it again. I like the duck face. It's hot.
It's one of my favorite pictures.
That's a picture I exclusively just sent to him, and yeah. So
Decided
You
to
can
show it to the
imagine.
world.
there you go, guys.
If those are the ones I'm okay sharing with the world, you can imagine the ones I'm not.
Whew, getting a little hot over here.
Whatever. Mikey, we miss you. Get to feeling better.
Yes, Mikey
Yes.
Thatcher is out tonight, and he's not feeling great. Our prayers, thoughts. Why am I acting like he's dead?
Dying.
Mikey, get to feeling better, buddy. We love you.
Yes.
And if you have any feedback on tonight's episode, we'd
Let
love
us
to,
know.
love to,
It-
love to
And
hear.
if you think it's terrible without you, don't tell us.
Yeah, don't tell us. Just lie to us.
Just send us the side eye emoji.
Oh God.
Like, that's what you guys decided to go with? You decided to go with that one? Okay. Interesting choice. Interesting choice.
Okay.
All right. Brits Bombs. What's up, babe?
Oh, where did Claude go?
Are you going to the bathroom?
Okay. All right.
You're good. I had to shut my door.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
It's like, that's the look of a man that almost killed a child. Oh.
Okay. Well, I kind of did.
Canceled.
So, to go along the lines of what we were just talking about, my question for you guys today is: what childish thing do you still enjoy?
Farts. Farts.
Farts are good.
Nothing makes me happier than ripping one and then getting real quiet and waiting for this. Oh my God, babe.
I hate
So-
you for that.
Something died in here.
He has almost caused nausea.
But you know, a good fart just can't be underestimated.
It's-
There's just something. I have two.
No matter how high you rate it, it's still underrated.
My youngest son likes to make our Echo in our house fart, and I didn't even know that was a thing until I realized you could tell Alexa to actually fart.
Whoa,
And
hold
she
on.
just
Did
starts.
you know that you can make
Oh, yeah.
Tesla's fart?
Hey, Google, fart. Hey, Google, 100% volume. Hey, Google, fart.
This is what we're doing.
This is a fart.
Technology. It's fucking amazing. We're putting people on the moon. We're making electronic talking machines fart in our houses.
This is amazing. How do we not do this more?
Hey.
Outside of that, what was the question again? Okay.
Childish stuff you enjoy.
What childish
Child-
things do you still? What childish thing do you still enjoy?
I basically live my life like a big child. I mean, look at the
I do
fucking
too.
room I'm in right now.
I mean, true, but
Cartoons. I really
if there's
still love
one thing that
cartoons.
you hold on to that is you're kind of like, I probably shouldn't.
The word boobies.
Boobies in general.
I like boobies.
I like
your take
boobies.
on boobies.
Like that word still
Boobies.
puts a chuckle on me. Like if you give me a calculator today, the first thing I'm doing is spelling out boobs on it.
Boobies.
I was at work today.
Did you do that today? at
Yeah, I
work?
was standing over at our embroidery station and I was having to do some math. Then everybody walked away. That little calculator started 8, boom, boom. Like, yep. In case anybody want to know, I still got it. I can still spell it on the calculator.
I still walk around work with like a Sharpie marker and write on dudes' hands. I think that's a pretty childish thing to do, but it's
I
fucking
remember
hilarious.
doing that. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
We still do it.
Like, see how many times you could get away with
You would
it?
make me so mad as a person.
Dude, I remember that.
It's just the stupid shit we used to do, but I still do it.
And if you do it on the back of somebody's neck, then the next
That-
day you get to
or
do
on
it
the
with
back
the
of the
cap
arm.
on.
On the
And
back
miss-
of the arm.
That's the best.
Well, I
Like,
don't
you
know
do
if
it
I'm
the first day with the cap off. and they get super mad. Then the next day you do it with the cap on, and it just then they'll go to the
Oh,
bathroom 15 times. They're like, "Where?
I know it was here. It's got to be here somewhere."
It's the best."
Yes. That's a good shot. That's a good shot. Farts are good, though. I think farts has got to be the
Farts
number
is probably the
one
number
answer.
one that I just
Yeah,
hold
farts
on
is
to.
number one. Yeah, I like farts.
I would be okay if you did not hold on to farts.
Well, then when you let them go, they're even better.
That's true.
No, he doesn't let his go. He forces his
I
out.
want a full-on video of the Dutch oven that's going to happen to you tonight. He's just going to straight pull the covers and let it rip.
Here's the
what
deal.
You think.
Eat a
When I
whole
turned
can of Goya.
35,
That's what you think.
they changed scent.
Yeah.
Oh, they're violent now?
Yeah, they're
rancid.
very rancid.
Yeah.
Rancid.
Yes. Something's dying inside of you.
And don't say it's diet.
Literally.
Nobody in the
I
chat.
say it's literally hell is coming out of him.
It's not diet because when I was working out and was trim and sculpted a few years ago, my farts never smelled worse than they were then.
Terrible. Ooh.
The protein, vegetables.
But like, the only thing I eat now is like Pop-Tarts and cakes. So like my farts always smell like a bakery.
Dude, I love Pop-Tarts. Oh my gosh. Favorite flavor. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Brown sugar.
Frosted strawberry.
I was gonna go frosted strawberry is my number 2.
Frosted strawberry. Frosted strawberry is number 1. Brown sugar's good though.
It's the best.
Brown sugar cold. Brown sugar has to be hot.
Brown sugar cold is the best.
No, it has to be hot.
A glass of milk. That's the only way I'll drink milk.
They're just too thick if you don't heat them up.
Just
damn it! I should have went brown sugar. Now I feel like our.
No, the brown sugar is like if it's hot, it's a replacement for a waffle with syrup. That's what it is. But on the way to work, nothing's better than just cracking open a strawberry or a cherry and just eating it on the way to work. It's
cherry.
Yeah, the frosting is
I can't do it. I
red.
can't
I'll do the cherry.
I can't do it.
There's not a flavor I don't like. I'm going to be completely honest.
Listen, the woman who does my grocery shopping for me, aka my wife, she likes to buy like the off the wall crazy flavors, like the birthday cake fudge explosion with Oreo pieces. And it's like, if I wanted to have a sugar rush in the morning, I would just add more of it to my coffee. Those things are like
my favorite.
They're like 140 grams of sugar. It's like you're basically eating cookies.
Okay, listen, beggars can't be choosers.
But it's not. Listen, I want breakfast. I don't want dessert.
When we did collect Pop-Tarts for a little while, and I was going to do a series of videos on them, and then in the closet in here was the peach cobbler, apple pie, Eggo waffle. I had some crazy key lime pie. I had some crazy flavors.
Listen, just because we did something right once doesn't mean that everything you're going to do from that point forward is good.
What's so funny is that exact sentiment is going to come up later in the show.
It's just my segues are early, but I have to use them now.
It's coming up later.
There is a point
in this show. Time to do one of my favorite segments that we do. Before I do that, if you're watching this on YouTube, hello. If you're watching this on Twitch, Vibe Radio TV, hello. Thanks so much for checking us out. We're excited to be with you and help you wind down your Wednesday. Time to ask,
with nothing
what
but
were they thinking?
This one.
The best is last.
He was having so much fun until that happened. Yep. I'm done. I don't want to play anymore.
Of terror. He has noticed what is about to happen, and there's nothing. Look, even his hands kind of like.
He's in so much pain right now from the ball shot he just took. He's like, God, please.
Ow.
Please don't let me hit this last one.
Into the face of sheer panic,
he's doing 60 when he hits this thing. Ow!
Look at the stain on his butt.
My God.
The stain on his butt.
The impact.
Stain on his butt. Did you notice the stain on his butt?
Look at the stain on his butt.
We're watching it again. Right. It's probably pee or he shit himself. He shit his pants.
don't know what this part is here. That's in the
That-
pocket area.
That fart right there was not funny. That was not a funny fart.
That
No,
was not a fart.
good.
That was not a
Not
fart.
good.
It was not a
Bear
fart.
killed a moose during your wedding.
Oh my god.
Seriously.
This is such a good video.
What the?
It's the circle of life, people. The circle of life.
I
Not okay with
duetted.
that.
I duetted
okay
this
with
video
that.
on TikTok.
When a bear
I
kills a
love
moose during your
how
wedding.
quickly the photographer's like, "Fuck this shit!" Like, I'm going to take a picture of this. I don't care what's going on over here.
He's just like
So fast. He's like, wait, okay. I now pronounce you. What the fuck's going on over there? Hold on a second.
Can you imagine
Did you get that shot? No, I completely missed
the
it.
greatest
National
day of your
Geographic.
life and a bear's like, hey, I don't know
Eating
what's
a
going
moose.
on over there, but this moose is getting it.
He's eating an entire moose.
And bears are different, man. They're one of the only animals that just attack for the sheer sport of it.
Oh, man.
So, like, I was saying that, there was a video going around TikTok of people saying, oh, well, if 100 humans got together, what animal do you think we could take on? No, it's animal versus 100 people. People are like, oh, we kill a grizzly bear. I'll tell you what,
No.
after watching that video,
No.
you don't got a shot in
chance,
hell.
man.
No. Unless you have a baseball bat.
Those things are prehistoric.
Let's be honest, 45 of the 100 are going to get knocked off right away because they've
Yeah.
never held a fight in their life. Then you got a couple other ones that are maybe going to throw some hands, but a hippopotamus
Yeah, or
or
these
a
like-
rhino.
These
These
are
are
100
Whoa,
regular
you
people.
don't want to mess with hippos. Hippos are vicious, man.
but like we could take like a flamingo or like like a pelican.
Small
No, I ain't
dog.
messing with
Yeah.
the pelican, man.
Oh,
It'll take
whoa, you
your
don't
eyes
be
out.
hurting dogs. Don't be hurting dogs.
Yeah, like I don't know what animal, but it's not that one.
Not a grizzly bear. Not a grizzly bear.
Yeah, I after seeing
Dewey, stop it.
you watch The Revenant, and that'll change your life. That'll change your mind on.
I once
Yeah, but-
wrestled a bear to the
Yeah,
ground
but-
with my bare hands.
But Leonardo DiCaprio faced the bear and came out on the other side okay.
Did he though?
He lived in the bear.
It's true. That was a rough scene. It was probably one of the best cinematic scenes I've ever seen.
You know what I love
That's
about
why
that?
you won
There's
an
a lot of
Academy
scenes.
Award.
You know what I love about that
Probably.
movie is then after that, somebody came out and was like, this is all a story a guy told who was out in the woods by himself, and no one has any idea if this is true. And people were like, huh.
But it made for a
yeah,
really good
that's
movie.
true."
I mean, come on, he just ripped it off of Star Wars.
like, are we really making a movie about a man who spent time? What if all he did was walk the whole time? He got there and was like, I gotta come up with something. I mean, come on.
Then there was a wolf. No, 3 wolves. No, 9 wolves.
In reality, he hurt himself being scared by a possum falling out of a
It
tree.
was really a squirrel.
It's such a dude thing.
It was a 9,000-pound grizzly bear.
It's like when you guys tell fish stories, the fish is like, oh yeah, it was only like this big, and then by the end of the story, it's like, oh, that fish was this big.
The fish story isn't the worst. The best story is when we hurt ourselves, and before we go home to our wives, we're like, I am not gonna tell her I ran into something. I'm gonna
Nope.
tell her I don't know what happened, babe. I was just standing there, and this car backed right into me. Like,
I've done endless stupid shit that I have lied to people about as to how I've done it. And it's like I know what I'm doing when I'm doing it, that I'm not supposed to be doing it, and then shit hits the fan, and I'm like, fuck, like what am I gonna say now? Okay. This guy was drunk and it's all his fault.
The worst I ever got hurt training in a gym was I got my shoulder rolled out of socket by a girl. Get down on a mat and it just kind of rolled out and rolled in. I went home. I was like, yeah,
I'm done.
I'm so stiff. I'm just a
I'm
little
done.
stiff. Like, I'm not best to say that because normal people wouldn't be like in jiu-jitsu it's different. Like this girl could really hurt me. Dudes are not forgiving on that stuff. You just can't do that.
Only in Portland they do this kind of.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Hold on a second. Was that a truck bed?
Hey,
Hold on.
Listen,
What?
Listen, it's a RV fifth wheel, and it's like a mini one. And then it is a truck bed trailer.
Truck bed.
Truck bed trailer. Okay.
But look
and then
at how they're
it's the Ford Exploder. No, sorry, Ford Expedition. And then it's the Buick LeSabre.
So, how does the braking system work on this apparatus?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Wait,
would've-
somebody has to be in the Expedition.
It would appear
Is
that
somebody in the Expedition?
Only in Portland they do this kind of.
no fifth wheel strap. Nobody in the driver's
I don't think there's
seat.
anybody. No.
No, there's somebody in there.
I don't think there's anybody in
I'm
there.
telling you, look at the hand on the steering wheel.
Either way.
I don't know. It's still dicey as shit.
Yeah,
That is a toe strap.
dude, that car is not going to be in one piece
So
by the time it gets home. There's no chance.
That is what you like to call redneck ingenuity. And just for the record, I don't know what state this is, but I want to know.
But I don't think that car is squatted because he's towing shit. It is filled to the brim
That's
with
a
like
hoarder
used
car. That's a
computer
hoarder
parts.
car.
Oh, yeah.
Hoarder. That's probably their hoard that they're taking with them.
Nothing but horsepower.
Look,
Yeah.
look at this shit in the back seat of this thing.
And nothing but hoarders.
No offense to anybody if you know a hoarder or
Listen,
anything
if you know
like that.
someone, reach out.
If you know somebody,
there-
reach out. But
is there a
Brittany and I
helpline?
do call each other if we
Oh no.
if we see one out in the wild,
Yeah,
like
we do.
somebody's got a hoarding car, we'll
Mhm.
call each other and I'm like, babe,
So we
there's a hoarder right here.
we used to live down the street from like an actual hoarder.
It was wow.
Like it was really, really bad. Like there was a car in their driveway that was from like 1970 that was like full to the brim, and then there was like another car that was from like the early 2000s full to the brim, and then like a 2014 Honda Civic with everything full but the driver's seat.
That
It was-
show it just absolutely fascinates me.
I love that show so
it's-
much.
It just I can't look away. It really
Yeah.
is. It's just I don't
It's
know what
only
it is
gets-
about it.
It only makes me feel bad when it's like somebody that's older and you can just tell that they've just been crazy neglected. Like somebody has not taken care
It's
of them.
always the
It's
same
not
story.
even that. It always makes me feel bad when like they've lost someone significant and then they just spiral.
Right. And it's always the same story.
Yeah.
So they've lost someone, they've been hurt by the loss, so they start collecting things to fill the void. But I'm telling you, some of these people, the shit that they collect, it's like, how many Christmas decorations do you
Like,
need?
Yeah.
How many old newspapers do you need?
It's insane what these people. I mean, everybody finds value in something, I guess. But
We'll have to find the episode, but there is an episode where a guy, he was a hoarder, but he was the most clean and organized hoarder I've ever seen.
Mhm.
And he ended up, when they had to auction all his stuff off, he ended up with like 7 figures.
because he kept everything so nice.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, but the things that he hoarded were like highly collectible.
Crazy collectible.
Well,
Yeah.
is he a hoarder or is he a collector at that
No,
point?
he was. It was like overrunning his house.
Yeah, it
Like, he-
started as collector and then it
Yeah.
went into hoarder.
Just his collection got out of control. Well, that's the
Yeah.
complete polar
Mhm.
opposite of like the dude that like refused to suck up his dog's hair in his house
Yes.
because it would make his dog age faster if he had gotten rid of the dog hair.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like a whole nother level.
Pooping in bags, that type
Yeah,
of stuff.
hanging
That's a
on to
different-
hanging on the
cups?
jugs of pee. That's a whole nother thing, Brett.
That's
That's
but I
too-
love it. I love it. I and some of them I'm like I don't know what you did to this house, but there's no way that smell's gone.
So, needless to say, like that house that the hoarder lived in, I guess something happened to her, and it got bought and completely redone. It's
Gutted.
like brand new.
They pulled
It's
like
beautiful now.
3
Giant dumpsters
full of stuff out of that
house.
It was crazy.
You probably should have went dumpster diving. You probably could have found some really good things.
Oh, I'm sure she had it was all out on the front porch.
Yeah.
Like it was very
It was
sad.
bad.
All right. You
Good
want
ball.
before we get into trending topics tonight,
Mm.
something happened on the morning show that I think would interest Claude.
Ooh.
I forgot to bring this up on the podcast last night, but apparently science has settled the toilet paper debate. Buckle up. How do you hang your toilet paper when you start a new roll?
Over.
Over
Do
the
you
top.
hang it with the end going over the top of the
Yes.
roll or with the end going under the
Over.
roll near
No.
the wall?
That's
Over.
a serial killer.
Yeah. Aaron.
As it turns out, the over versus under debate isn't simply a matter of personal preference. Now, I want to go on record here that there are a lot of times when I'm doing these on air that day that I have read through these stories.
You didn't read through this one?
I didn't read through this, and you're going to tell that I didn't read through this, but that I was really,
Distraught.
I was really confident at the beginning of this. Claude Joker, listen up, sir.
Listening.
According to the study by the University of Colorado,
Oh, this is
which
gonna be
we
great.
love the University of Colorado. They are very reputable. They hired
This is
Deion
gonna be-
Sanders.
this is
So
gonna be
we're going to
so
take the
good.
University of Colorado at their word,
gonna
and
be
their
so
studies
good.
are better than everyone else's. The right way to hang a toilet paper
It's over the
is with
top.
the end going over the. Okay.
That's the greatest
The
thing
toilet paper
ever.
hung over
Claude,
instead of
high
under the
five
roll
that.
decreases the likelihood that germ-filled hands will touch the wall, leaving a deposit of bacteria on the wall that can be
Thank
picked up by
you.
others using the bathroom
was
room.
so-
You know what I was just saying about Colorado?
so angry.
I was saying that although they hired a good football coach, we should not trust them when it comes to studies done about the bathroom. That's what I was saying, and I don't want to hear anything else about it.
This is the Morning Roast Radio Show, only on Station Head.
What does Colorado know about hanging toilet paper? What makes them better than everybody else? They're wrong too. We'll be back. I'm mad now. And for those of you watching, that is 100% not staged. I went into that thinking I
That-
was excited when that was on the prep that day.
That is
And
exceptional.
then you, just like you crushed your
And
dreams,
because
got crushed.
part of doing that show is being able to read and look ahead at the same time, like being able to, you know what I mean, kind of know what's coming because you're gonna have to, tease or whatever. And so in my mind, I'm reading it, I'm looking far down, and I'm like,
That may be my most favorite
have
thing.
completely overestimated the.
Because as soon as you said it, you're like, and the proper way is to over the top. They don't.
I was not. I was like, you have got to be kidding
That's
It
me.
was just
literally
such a
his
great
face.
pause.
when I'm like, when he has to realize that I'm right about something, he's like,
Yeah. Hey.
I like how he told me to listen up because he was so arrogantly
In
confident.
my head, I was like, I'm gonna clip this for the
listen,
podcast.
that was
Got
him.
this
Here
guy.
we go.
That was him saying, Claude, I am right and you are wrong. Well,
Got you, bro.
you are wrong, sir. Sir, you
Oh,
are wrong.
And if Mikey's here, yeah, also over the top, buddy. Over the top.
Over the top. Over the top.
Just
I
like
don't know what happened.
just like Sylvester Stallone.
All
Over
day,
the top.
every day.
I don't know what happened, but it didn't work out the way that I thought it
No,
would.
not at all. But that was a great clip. That was
Oh.
hysterical right
Yeah,
there.
that was pretty great.
Hey,
I
you
would've-
can get more of that every morning, 7 a.m. on
He did.
TikTok, 8 a.m. on Twitch, Station Head, or YouTube.
He did me a little
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. You should
I
definitely
love it.
start your morning where we are. All right. Let's get into some trending news this morning.
Speaking of shameless,
Sorry. It's nighttime.
It's definitely nighttime. Trending topics. Okay, this was a huge trending topic.
Ow, ow.
Margot Robbie snuck in an unscripted kiss with Brad Pitt on the Babylon set. And we talked about this a little bit in the production meeting. And then I said, everybody shut up so they could talk about this when it's recorded. Who got the better end of this deal of the unscripted kiss?
Brad Pitt.
Hold on.
I'm not saying anything.
Claude, who got the better end of the deal with the unscripted snuck in kiss?
Brad Pitt.
It's not even close.
Margot Robbie.
It's Margot.
What
Look
is-
at
Margot
this is the
Robbie.
dumbest thing.
It's
Listen,
Margot Robbie.
I love you with every fiber of
It's
my
Margot
being.
Robbie,
I
I'm
would jump in
sorry.
front of a car for you. But there's nobody that looks at the picture of these two people and goes, yep, she got the better end of the deal.
Yeah, she got to kiss an icon.
She is an icon. That's Harley Quinn.
He's
This
an
is not
older
some
icon
random
than her.
woman. It's Margot Robbie. She was in Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, and you know all the things that, oh my
Yes,
God,
okay.
don't
It's
even-
okay. Listen, Brad Pitt, yes, he is a good actor. He had his time in the
In
sunshine. but
1996.
he's starting
Leave
to
him
fade.
alone.
At this point, he's what?
Leave him alone.
60s? Mid
Oh, that's a
60s?
good question.
Listen, if this was George Clooney, we would not be having this debate.
I'd still say George Clooney got the better end of the deal.
It's Margot Robbie.
He's
I don't know.
58.
I'm sorry, but listen.
Okay,
I'm
listen.
speaking from
If
the
it was
woman's perspective,
Brad Pitt's a catch, but it's
Right.
Margot Robbie.
She's 32.
Okay, and he's
I would
what,
wanna say
69?
I would
He's
wanna say
58.
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
kiss
no,
him.
that's not no. It's not even close.
Barbie would not.
All right,
I would.
okay. We don't go to the chat very often, but let's go to the chat.
I think this is why we don't have a female presence on this panel.
Brad
That's
Pitt.
rude.
Okay. 20 years ago, Brad Pitt, says Ed.
I would agree with that. In the prime of Brad Pitt, like before Oceans, I would say like when he did like 7, all chiseled up with 6-pack abs.
No. Mm-mm.
You are giving off Margot Robbie vibes.
No.
Now, Ed brings up a great point. If it was Ryan Reynolds,
Oh, Margot Robbie.
it'd be different. I
No,
feel like she got the better
I
end
would
of the
feel
deal.
like Ryan Reynolds would get the better end of the deal there.
I feel like you need to watch more Margot Robbie
What
movies.
what is wrong
I
with
know-
you?
Listen, I know
Do you
what
just,
movies
like,
she has been in, and I understand that. But I'm telling you,
Are you
Not
drawn to
for
like
me.
the grandfather figure?
he's not a grandfather.
She does like him older. I'm
I
4
do
years
like
older
older
than she
men.
You
is.
like older men?
I
do
do
you
like older men.
Do you like giggle at like old men in Walmart and like their scooters and say they're so cute?
No, not those ones. The ones that will like walk in with their wives.
No, you know who she
purses.
gets a little like goo goo around? My
Oh.
father.
His dad.
You got daddy vibes.
My dad is aged
Listen.
incredibly
Gracefully?
well.
Gracefully?
Yeah.
Every time I see his dad, I'm like, listen, if Aaron looks like you when he's your age,
Are you-
I'm gonna be set.
Are
I'ma
you
be
are you
set.
macking on Papa Retro?
He's a very handsome man.
He just went silver fox. He didn't lose any hair, just silver fox beard, silver fox hair.
And
So instead of Stacy's mom, we're gonna do Aaron's dad.
yeah,
Nice.
no, I don't like Sam Elliott.
Aaron's
He's not-
dad.
She's
Just
not the only
got it
one.
going
I
on.
was the guy that like girls that were in like high, especially when I was in college, because my dad was a professor.
Ted's a
Like girls
good-looking
would
man.
ask me, they would be like, "You have any pictures of your dad when he was really young?"
I mean,
was like,
okay,
"That's creepy."
Okay, if you look at my parents, if you look at both of my parents, my mother in her 30s was probably like, I mean, people now look at my mom and they're like, what are you, like 40 something? My mom's
Can we
Not-
talk? Can we talk about the gorgeous children that these two would have? by the way?
Oh, just be
Oh.
art.
While we're looking at them, like if you saw the child, your eyes would just melt in your head.
just art.
listen. Yeah. They
They would make
both,
beautiful
they
babies.
both have great bone structure.
Yeah, Margot and Brad, if you guys are listening, you should make babies together.
Yeah, they'd be just to make the world a better place.
Yeah, for real.
Just to
their
make the
their
world a
baby
better
would
place.
just it would absolutely solve world hunger and world peace. It would just
Gorgeous children.
it would send a light out of her vagina that would just light up
Whoa.
all of humanity.
That's
The
from
birth of a
Halo.
child wouldn't even occur. It would just be an experience to be
would.
had. Like
It would be angels would sing,
That's it.
shepherds
It
would
would-
come.
just the
Wise
light would
man.
emit from the hospital, and you
When was
wouldn't
the
know
last
what was
time you
going on.
saw a wise man? You haven't, but they might show up with
Dudes rolling around on camels with myrrh.
Frankincense and myrrh.
heard there was something happening over her.
Hey, what'd you bring? I brought frankincense. I don't know what that is. What'd you bring? Myrrh? What the fuck is myrrh?
No, I felt like this is what I was supposed to do.
I was supposed to bring some myrrh with me.
Myrrh.
Feeling speaking of weird things, ladies and gentlemen, Rush Hour 4 is in the works. You're welcome. World, you are welcome.
Can I be honest with you and tell you that I didn't even know there was a third one?
What?
No, I didn't. I
I
honestly
love
didn't.
all the Rush Hours. They're some of my favorites, but it does prompt this question. Is Hollywood, are we just done with original ideas
Yeah.
and we're just going to like sequel and relaunch everything we can?
Yeah, because there are children now that are watching Wednesday that didn't realize that the Addams family was even a thing.
Yeah, right.
Well, and what's
They didn't-
crazy is the ones that did know it was a thing think the one from the 90s is the original.
It's not.
Oh yeah,
There's
you
one
not
that's
the
even older than that.
the
Yeah.
television shows. Yeah, you're going
Yeah.
back.
You
Yeah.
know, like the 70s.
So yeah, and
That's how isn't that how Elvira got her like claim to fame?
Elvira?
no, yeah, well, she was channeling the
Yeah, the
Morticia
Adams
from Addams
things.
Family.
Yeah,
You remember Elvira? They would cart her
Yeah, but
out
she-
during Halloween to
Yeah, but
host
she
CBS's thing.
had movies and stuff. She was like a sexy vampire with like
Yeah.
yeah.
very
but she was
large
basically
headlights.
she was basically like Morticia Adams. She had the hourglass figure.
She was Morticia and Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say she was more like hoary vampire than Morticia.
Yeah.
Hoary vampire.
I didn't know who
Morticia
she
wasn't
was.
hoary. She was just all about getting with Gomez.
This
like,
year for
all the
Halloween,
time.
I'm gonna be a hoary vampire.
You could be.
Please don't.
That is totally a basic bitch thing to do with like your pumpkin spice latte and your Ugg boots on.
I did try to watch, Disney Plus put out Willow, which is Willow, the original movie, is one of my favorite movies. When I was a kid, I thought it was awesome. I love the movie Willow.
Concur.
So I tried to watch the new series. I made it about 20 minutes into that
Terrible.
and turned it off. I go, this is a teenage series. It's like a CW thing.
My favorite thing growing up was Jim Henson when he like broke off and did like the Dark Crystal.
Yeah, and Fraggle
and
Rock.
Storyteller, like the darker side of Jim Henson.
Yeah.
They remade or did a sequel to the Dark Crystal. And it's so hard to watch.
I mean,
because
I think 3 episodes in, I was like, oh, this is rough.
It's because you remember it a certain way, and then they remake it, and you're
I
like,
will
yeah,
be
this
so
isn't even
mad.
close.
If they try to remake the Goonies,
They will.
They've talked about it.
don't.
They will run out.
Don't
They've
do
already
it.
run out of shit to do.
Don't do it.
Well, Steven Spielberg kind of did it when he did Super 8. If you've ever seen the movie Super
Ooh,
8,
Super 8 was good though.
it was like
Wasn't
right
that about
along
like
the-
a 8
a
millimeter
monster.
camera? Okay.
It was
No,
ba-
it was where that train wrecks and it's like there's aliens in it and the kids
never saw
film it. Oh,
Yeah,
it's good. Watch it.
It was
It's
very
really
much
good.
like a modern day.
It's kind of
Goonies.
like a little bit like Goonies and Stranger Things meshed together.
It's a good one.
It's good. It's really good.
And not all the remakes or the relaunches are terrible. Some of them are I mean, I've hated anything Star Wars has done except the original, but the Mandalorian
Don't
was
even.
really
We
good.
liked Mando a lot.
So you can do it. It's just not like
Has to be done. Well, also when Disney got hold of Star Wars, they started dumping movies
Yeah.
every single like 6 months, and it was like,
Time.
okay, well, slow down. Let me catch up because I don't have time.
I'm
to
in the same boat.
sit
I just
down
start
and
having
watch
to,
things.
I have to skip around. Same thing with Marvel right now. There's
I'm a
so much content I can't keep up.
Huge Marvel guy. I can't watch all these friggin' mini
It's just too
series
many.
they're putting together.
Now I will say, hot take. Top
take.
Gun Maverick is better than Top Gun. It is.
It's
All right, I
so
haven't watched
good.
it yet.
It's
It
so
is.
good.
It was. We sat there and watched it. We're actually kind of overwhelmed.
It's so good.
I was like,
All right,
this is great. I was
overwhelming
ready for
response,
this to
5
be-
stars for
Yeah.
Maverick.
I was surprised because I was like, how can you top Top Gun?
I just wasn't ready for
Oh.
how good it was. It was very
Some-
odd.
The way that the music and stuff was arranged in it and all like dramatic climaxes that happened in it and like what you thought was going to happen didn't happen.
I'm gonna break some hearts. It was an okay movie. It's not like on my top 10 list of all timers.
The first one.
Yeah,
It's not on mine either.
It's okay.
It's a pop culture thing.
yeah. It's not one of my like I like nostalgic movies. I like movies that
Yeah.
that
I'm the
that's
same way.
yeah, that's not me. Like
Um,
Clerks is on my top 10
Oh my
list.
gosh, Clerks and Clerks 2.
Isn't there a new one?
Yes. Did they make a new one? The last one they made
did.
was like since the one where they were at movies.
Yeah, I think I saw a stanchion with DVDs on it of a newer one I hadn't seen at Walmart.
Is it just Jay and Silent Bob, or is it Kevin James and all of them?
That's a good question.
No.
I haven't seen anything since the first clip.
Obviously, we didn't prepare these conversations.
No,
guys.
I didn't know.
We're just shooting off the hip here.
Oh, God.
What in holy hell applesauce is that?
I had to find the worst picture of him because this story is just too weird.
Never be-
Now, if you're in the chat, find the weird part in this statement.
This
Mick
is-
Jagger's 6-year-old son is the spitting image of his dad in new birthday pics.
Okay, where's the birthday pic? Let's see it.
No,
You tell me.
that's
you
not the
tell-
story. The story is
what?
Mick Jagger has a 6-year-old son.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, we touched on this, and this is insanity. to
Okay,
me.
listen. All I gotta say is, bam, chicken go white.
No, I don't think that. I think he's been harvesting. There's no chance that that guy can still like fun. There's no way.
You don't know. You
Listen,
don't know.
When we were talking about this on the phone, we had figured out that his oldest child is well into their 50s,
Yeah.
Yes.
and his youngest child is 6,
Wait,
which
and how
means
old
that
is he?
he has a son as old as my father and as old as my son.
Wait, but how old is Mick Jagger?
79 or
79?
something?
79
78?
years old?
Hold on. So his oldest kid is 40.
No.
No, 50.
50 something.
53.
What did you
Yeah.
say?
It was well into their 50s.
Hold on. I want to. So, how old does that make him when he's had his first kid? That's what I want to
20-something?
know.
22,
what-
23.
That's what I want to know.
His oldest son.
How many children has Mick
He
Jagger?
is 79.
He's 79.
He has
Holy
great grandchildren,
bejesus.
by the way. In case anyone wanted to know.
I'm surprised he doesn't have
Of course
great,
he
great,
did.
great
He's still
grandchildren.
having children.
He's got kids. He's got kids
are having
younger.
Kids.
He's got kids younger than his kids.
Yes.
Yep. That's creepy.
That
That's a
is
little creepy.
just creepy.
So that means his 6-year-old son could potentially be his grandson's. Well, how would that
Great-
work out?
Great cousin.
Great
Uncle,
great
right?
uncle? Great
Uncle,
uncle, not great
right?
cousin.
Yeah,
He'd be
great
an uncle.
uncle.
He'd be a
That
great
is-
uncle.
Uncle.
That's amazing.
That's like some you've got mail stuff right there.
That's what I was thinking. When Tom Hanks goes into the bookstore,
X.
and it's like, "Is that your daughter?" No, that's my aunt.
That's my aunt and my my uncle.
Yeah, and they're like 7-year-old kids.
Listen, I know that this picture is taken at a very inopportune moment, but his face looks like something from Silence of the Lambs.
Why did you gotta find a picture of him that looks so bad?
Listen,
It is
he's
just
79.
patchwork quilted together. It
That
is so
mean.
rough.
That is so mean.
They just wind him up. All right, Mick, time to perform. Okay. Now, I will say this in fairness. The rumor is he travels with a gym and he's incredibly fit for his age and he eats really well and he doesn't drink anymore and all that stuff. But either way, the fact that he has a 6-year-old son is just too weird for me. That's just not okay. This should be against the laws of nature. Is basically what I'm saying.
Whoa, that's no.
Yeah.
No, not against the laws of nature.
Yeah.
Like he's
it
saying,
shouldn't-
like your body should shut down. Like women's bodies do shut
Okay.
down at a certain point. Guys don't.
But you wouldn't want your thing to shut down
no.
at a
I-
certain
The
age,
swimmers.
would you?
Yeah, he shouldn't be able to. He should be firing blanks.
If there was a button I could push right now, like inside of my nasal cavity, that would shut off swimmers for the rest of my life, I'm flicking
It's
that
called a
bitch with a
vasectomy.
baseball bat.
It's called a vasectomy.
Listen,
be
ain't
in
nobody
and out.
taking.
You'll be
There's
in
no
and out in
scissors.
less than
Listen,
5
you
hours
could
and
you
you'll
could
recover in a
sweet talk
weekend.
me with ice cream and lollipops and ice in my balls all you want. You are not slipping a knife anywhere near my boys.
My brother did it. Didn't wait long enough, and they got their youngest.
Yes, yeah. See, there you go. That you went through all the pain and torture to go through more pain and torture.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
No, it's quicker for you guys to get snipped than for us to have our whole entire.
So
inside
my
out.
wife was laid open like the Thanksgiving turkey when they
Yeah.
were getting the twins out of her, and the doctor looked up. They're like, "You want us to take care of this while we're in there?" Like, yeah, snip that shit and burn the ends. Make sure that stuff don't grow back. Babe, you doing okay? Like that on my Subway hoagie.
They were already in here. Why don't
had
we just?
I have a
know,
picture I'll send you guys. I had my GoPro camera. I had wore it on my head for the entire labor and delivery. And all the nurses are like, "That's great." And I'm like, I'm turning around, I'm filming the whole thing. They're like, "But just turn away when you walk past this curtain to go look at your children." Don't-
Claude, we're live. What's up, YouTube? Smash that like and follow button. We're here today.
Look at this thing. Look, they got her open up from belly button to boobies.
If you like what you're seeing, you want more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe.
Coming to you live from the delivery room.
not calling out any TikTokers, but what's up, TikTok? How we doing?
God.
And you're like, okay, here we go.
I could start like a whole thing like what was that the Truman Show where I
Yes.
just like every day of my child's
Oh.
life is just lived through you guys. You get to watch. You could sit there for hours and just watch him eat cereal.
There's a
Oh yeah, so we can
fantastic.
listen to Nirvana on repeat. I'll pass.
Listen, that's a whole other question. My son's he's got mental disorders. I don't know what's going on there.
I'll
Just-
pass.
Have you ever watched? You know who Casey Neistat is?
No.
He's like the guy, the godfather of vlogging.
Okay.
Like Kate, and he's probably the most famous YouTuber outside of like Mr. Beast. And he made so much money, he just got to like walk away from it. He vlogged every day for a year. Like
Just 24 hours a day?
pretty much.
Wow.
It literally he does an interview, a really good interview about it, and they say he goes, it almost he's like it almost ruined my marriage.
Yeah.
He's like, by the end of the year, he goes, I didn't even know who I was anymore. Because it's always like cameras on, let's go.
Yeah.
For a year.
You're always turned on.
Yeah, very and great
Yeah,
guy.
that's,
Just
that's
very
insane. You have to have downtime. You have to be able to wind down from this because it is. You're up. You have to be up.
That's what I get when people are like, why don't you go live more? Why don't
You should be
do more
live all
shows?
day.
Do 4 hours. Like, guys,
I'm like,
I get in the car and stare at the steering wheel every day. Like,
When are you doing a 76-hour subathon? Like, shut
Dude,
up.
I-
no. So he did a like
18
he did
hour.
like an almost like 20-hour station head show one time and was like wiped.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
delirious.
Like
It was bad.
it was so bad. Like about hour like 5, he was like, I don't think I can do this. And I'm
No.
like, you have to. Like you
Let's-
committed to it. You gotta
After
do it.
hour number 7.5 or 8, when me and Mikey were driving back from Indiana, we were getting loopy in the car. I'm like, dude, we're getting like delirious. Like, we should pull over and eat something. There's something wrong with us.
And I would, I had people that would come on, they would like come up and guest and like to kind of, and that would give you a jump of energy. And then you'd play like 8 songs in a row and I'd try to sneak in a nap. Like it was bad. That's why if you people on TikTok, like, well, baby, I'm like, I've done it. And there's in your head, you think this is a great idea.
I'm going to
And
be in
then-
my comfy chair. I'm not going to have to go anywhere. Yeah.
Hour
Yeah,
number
no.
8 is when you hit a wall that like your elbows and your knees hurt. Like, and it's like you can't even function. You're just gone. You're on like autopilot at that point. And hour 12, I thought, I'm not going to be okay tomorrow. Like,
I'm not going to make it.
this is not. Who thought this was a great idea? Speaking of who thought this was a great idea, are we ready? 'Cause I haven't watched this trailer.
I haven't seen this yet.
I miss the desert.
I'm not a huge Indiana guy, but
Not
if
either.
done right,
But I love me some Harrison Ford.
sea.
yeah. But
Let's
is
fold her in.
he still like the
Yes, he
badass
is.
Indiana
Yes,
Jones?
he is.
No,
No.
I'll tell you.
Wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
I don't like this
Super
voice.
hot
It's freaking me
professor.
out.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps not.
I don't believe in magic. But a few times in my life,
No.
I've seen things. Things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Is this like the Fountain of Youth?
If you know that keeps going.
Indiana Jones. and the
man?
Dial of
godfather.
related. Get back.
So he's not, a bad dude who's like getting back into whatever. He's the storyline, he's the reluctant, he's a professor. He's settled in. He doesn't want to do this anymore, and he reluctantly comes out. Now, from what people that have seen early cuts have said, it has some of the most impressive CGI ever when it comes to making him look young, because they do go back and forth a little bit to piece together some.
Oh, okay. So he's not actually young in the movie. He's just, they're going back and showing like clips of his life.
Yeah. So, and they said it looks so good that if someone didn't tell you, you would just think that like they'd found a younger guy that kind of looked like him. And, but it's not like, when they brought Paul Walker back for Fast and Furious, you were like, yeah, that looks bad.
Yeah, that's weird.
So that that looks it looks good, pretty good.
They brought Paul. Listen, after he died, I have not watched any.
So the last one, they brought him back at the end, and the rumor is they're bringing him back for the entire movie on the next one and having his brother play him.
His brother plays him, and then they're going to CGI, like superimpose Paul Walker's face on top of his brother's face.
Ed brings up an interesting thing, which is what a lot of people have asked, which is, where is Shia LaBeouf? The person who was Shia LaBeouf that was in that last Indiana Jones movie does not exist anymore. Shia LaBeouf is a much different person, and he's not interested in doing.
After Transformers, he kind of lost his marbles.
Yeah, and he been through addiction and a lot, and he's not the same type of actor. He's not interested in that type of thing. So he was approached.
That he's married to a Disney Channel star.
Yeah, he apparently saved his life.
Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior.
I don't know that.
He was approached about doing it and said not interested. And said he actually didn't know if he could actually play the character. He's not the same type of person. He doesn't know if he could even get into that type of character again. So
it's a shame.
And this is the last one. Harrison Ford has been on record as saying there were 3 movies that he wanted to button up before he got out of acting or died. One of them was Blade Runner, which he did. The other was Star Wars. He wanted to bring the Han Solo character to the end, which he did.
And he died.
Yeah, and Indiana Jones is. So the question a lot of people are asking.
Oh my God, is he retiring?
Does Indiana Jones
die?
No,
is he going to die? Retire? What the fuck? Is he going to die in the movie, Britt?
No. I need to know if he's going to retire.
Is he going to collect Social Security after this?
I don't want him to retire. He's
my
one of
God.
my favorite actors.
Is there a chance I may see him at bingo with my grandmother?
I do remember my dad talking about when he got to about my age, a lot of the like movie stars and TV stars he grew up with also got to a certain age. And he said it's a weird time in your life when you start to lose your like childhood icons.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it's a very weird part. When Leonard Nimoy died, Spock, my dad didn't like talk the whole day.
Well, it's a huge part of you. I mean, you grow up with these people, like just the other Jason Frank.
Oh my God, Jason David Frank.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, so I mean, like, and I, on a personal level, I know someone who was just with him.
Yep.
Gary the barbecue chef was with Jason at a Comic-Con.
Yeah, they were
signing
friends.
He was just here in Oklahoma like a few months ago at a con. And
so I mean, and I'm not saying that regardless of cause of death, you still lose your celebrities, your icons, the people that you've looked up to. What was the one we just said before we got on here? Look who's talking.
Chrissy Alley.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're old. We're getting older.
Yeah, it's just weird. So,
and unfortunately, this is a part of like the journey.
Yeah, he's one. Patrick Stewart is another.
Oh gosh, Patrick Stewart.
William Shatner. You start to Kevin Conroy. When Kevin Conroy died, that was weird for me. The voice of Batman from the animated series, and that was like the Batman I grew up with. Mark Hamill. There's a few that they've gotten to an age where you're like, oh wow, like.
That's how I'm gonna feel about Steve from Blue's Clues when he dies.
But not Mick Jagger. That motherfucker's having kids.
He'll never die.
Guys,
Mick Jagger is not dying. He's just procreating, leaving his seed for the rest of the world.
Mick Jagger is starting a new band called The Mountain because the rocks can't roll anymore. They're just gonna.
That's the truth.
Stonehenge,
It's just
the new Rolling
family,
Stones.
but it's the Jagger family.
Hey, have you had enough of Christmas already?
I've been done with this Elf for about 2 weeks.
Oh, you guys doing the Elf on the Shelf thing?
Oh my god, I hate that fucking Elf. There was anything I would rather do in the entire world than move that elf every night into some secret location.
The great debate is Christmas music at my work right now.
Oh no, I will blast Christmas music just because it pisses everybody off. So just keep disliking Christmas because it makes me want to play it loud.
I feel like I've handled it pretty well on the morning show.
You've
but
done
there are
good.
people who are like, you should be playing only Christmas music. I'm like,
No.
how much Christmas music do you think is out there?
It's nice when it's sprinkled in because the problem is at work where we listen to an all Christmas all day station. How many times can you hear like White Christmas or Jingle Bells? But it's just sung by somebody different, but it's the same goddamn song. And you're just like, oh my god, yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know how many times I can hear Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas."
No, see, that's all I want a lot for Christmas. See, that's like a classic though. You can't get rid of that. What I'm saying is though, like when you hear chestnuts roasting on it, and then Justin Bieber, chestnuts roasting on it, and then you got Mariah Carey, chestnuts roasting on it. It's all the same.
What makes it worse is when somebody does put out a Christmas album, you wear it out the first year it comes out because you're like, oh, a new Christmas album. So you just play the crap out of it, trying to like, and then the next year you're like, well, I've already, and so it wears itself out in such a small amount of time.
It's just like any popular music. That's they put like a new song on, like, oh, Lizzo's got a brand new track. 3 days later, it's like, oh my god, I'm so tired of hearing that song.
TikTok has made me sick of music faster than anything in the world.
She just put out that CD. I haven't even went into the store to buy it.
It's like I haven't even heard the whole song. I've just heard the Mommy don't know Daddy's getting hot. And I'm like, I don't know what the song is, but I'm
that
done.
song came on the radio, and I'm like, I know it's from TikTok. And then the song started going. I was like, oh, this song's fucking terrible. Like,
well, this lady has had enough of it.
What the hell? Shit! Creamy shit! Creamy shit!
The downside to buying magnetic letters.
Creamy
shits. That's
what the hell? Shit!
no.
Creamy shit!
That's clever. Because I don't think I could spell creamy shits out of Merry Christmas without thinking about it.
Happy Christmas.
Happy
Creamy
Christmas.
shits.
Then there are some people who they really get into Christmas Claus.
Is this real fucking life? Shit.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
There's easily 50 grand worth of inflatables on that property.
That's incredible. That is
Look at the neighbor next door.
What is your energy bill? Oh my god, you can't even see them.
amazing.
Okay, so there is limitations here, people. If you can't see all of your inflatables because inflatables are in the way of your other inflatables, you have too many inflatables.
That is unbelievable. They just went to Big Lots and were like, all of them will take.
There's easily 200 or 300 just sitting there.
If like a windstorm came through and all of a sudden you just see all these inflatables.
The local news has got this video of these inflatables.
A really heavy snow, and you just start hearing like all these like loud gunshot pops going off because they keep blowing because there's too much weight on top of them.
I feel bad for the neighbor that just put like the simple like little garland on their front porch. That
little red bells on the door. That's
there
so
we
pretty.
Go. They got up the next morning.
Did you finish the decoration? Oh yeah, they're very tasteful, hon. It was just a simple wreath on the door.
Good news, lady. No one saw your Christmas decorations all year because your neighbor, the Griswolds.
That's beyond Griswolds at that point.
Oh man!
And they're wacky waving, inflatable flailing arms.
That is a lady who has an addiction to Black Friday shopping after Christmas is done. Like you're gonna go buy all the discounted inflatables at Target.
The only thing I can think of is that part in the Griswolds when he finally gets all the lights on and they show his power meter and it's like, yep. That is what that. There's no chance they aren't spending $500 to $600 a month on electricity.
Easy, because all of those inflatables have fans in them, and they're fans, and they're all motorized fans. Those motors never stop spinning.
Nope.
Oh, yeah,
how do you even have enough? How do you even have enough breakers to handle all that?
I mean,
Dude.
depending on
I can't run the toaster, the coffee maker, and the air fryer at the same time downstairs.
Yeah,
I
you
would
can.
love to know
Can you not?
how all of that is plugged in. Does he just have like power strips everywhere?
He's got
It's 100 plugs.
Claude, listen, maybe he's stealing power from the neighbors.
Yeah, but you still need power. Like, what is it? Just power strip on top of power strip? Because there's, dude, you could take out or just. You could just destroy that man's whole night with one friggin' BB gun from Walmart.
Nah, okay. It's what if somebody like set off a firework?
Oh, that'd be funny. They just but some of those they're not flammable, are they?
What do you want to burn the place down?
That's the horror movie no one asks for.
Listen, there is a fine line between humor and death, and you just like keep jumping over.
I have to believe
if it's snowing out, then it.
I have to believe that there's a couple that lives there, and the woman is really into Christmas, and he's just trying to go to work every day. So
no, I think it's the other way. I think it's
the other way.
She told him no more inflatable, and he says, "Excuse me, what? No more? No more? Are you sure?"
They're giving directions. Hey, how will I know when I get to your house?
No,
you'll know.
That is the definition of a hoarder. You'll know. There.
That's not a hoarder. Right, that's just a man. Hoarder. That's just a man who loves his inflatables.
That's a Christmas hoarder.
No, that's a weird dude.
Don't be mad because you don't have 237 inflatables in your front yard.
No.
That would be an all-day project to take them down too.
No,
all day. You'd be out there for months.
Just unplug them and let them deflate.
No, then you gotta roll them up. Like, yeah, that'd be all day.
I would love to see if he's like on like a platform where I could watch them all inflate like at first startup. Like they all are just like coming out. They would look like zombies coming out of the grave.
It's the ASMR. Welcome, guys. Today we're gonna inflate. Okay, get ready. Everybody's going up at the same time.
Before we get you out of here, we always like to. Well, now we start to, tell me something good. Tonight we're going to tell you something good.
This story is super cute.
To end off the show, I think you're gonna love this. We love it, and if you don't, you have a heart.
That's whatever.
California just granted the first ever state license for unicorn husbandry.
Yes.
Provided the young applicant can find one and ensure its appropriate exposure to sunlight, moonbeams, and rainbows. The Department of Animal Care and Control added that its horn needs polishing every month with a soft cloth. How did this happen? Dear LA County, I would like your approval if I can find a unicorn in my backyard. Can I keep it if I find one? Wrote little Madeline. In response, they sent back a permit unicorn license in fuchsia colored metal along with a white unicorn plushie with pink hooves and a silver horn. And the director said, sense of responsible pet ownership to seek permission in advance and for thoughtfully considering the requirements of providing a loving home to the animal. They even put a picture of the little letter, and it looks like you hope it looks. So
it's such a feel-good story.
I would like your approval if I can have a unicorn in my backyard. If I can find one, please send me a letter in response, Madeline. And they did. So there you go. That'll make you feel good. And it's got to
make you feel good.
What I love is that they sent a tag to go along with it in case she finds one. That's like a little metal tag for a collar.
Somebody get that baby a unicorn.
Somebody go buy her a unicorn.
Make one. I don't care.
Go breed unicorns.
Make her one. So yeah, if you're having a bad week, this is on goodnewsnetwork.org, and you need a little pick me up. Big shout out to the Animal Care and Control director in LA County. That's just just that woman gets nothing but crap all day long. There's no way she gets good mail. And then this popped up, and good job on her for going, hey, we got a chance to do some good stuff here. Not for Fufu, the pit bull who's bit 12 people and they want us to save it. We got to actually do some good today. Let's make this girl's life a little bit brighter.
I just love that they took the time out of their schedule to write back a little girl that wants a
Yeah.
unicorn. Like, it's just, there are still good people in the world, and
That probably took 10 minutes to put together. So there you go. I'm
and
always
it made that little girl's day.
I always tell people on the morning show, being, small random acts of kindness don't have to take very long. They, put something together, and I love the list of requirements that they give. The unicorn is fed one of its favorite treats, watermelon, at least once each week. Love it. Absolutely love it. Claude, next week, I think we are doing grown-up Christmas lists.
Ooh.
Things we never got for Christmas that we always wished we had. We're gonna
another woman. I mean,
a princess unicorn. Her horn can pierce the sky.
a Dyson vacuum cleaner.
No. So there you go. We're gonna do our grown-up Christmas list, and then the next week we're going to do our 2023 social media misfits style New Year's resolutions. So there you go.
I love it.
I love Ed. What if Madeline is really a 45-year-old bald guy?
She could be.
Hey.
It's always throwing out the zingers.
Hey.
But let's not think that.
Oh, all right. We love you. Thanks so much. Make sure that you smash that like button and follow here on the YouTube page. I don't know how else to end it.
No, that was terrible, but we'll work on it.
We'll work on that. Guys, have a good night. Love you.
Love you.
Later, guys.
Bye.